for a conversation produced by our underwriter, Diageo, about the modern shift toward mindful drinking, please welcome CEO Diageo North America, Sally Grimes, with The Atlantic's Candace Montgomery.
We're here.
Hello.
Okay, Sally, so let's jump right in.
Okay.
What kinds of cultural shifts are you seeing in terms of how people drink and socialize today?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just what we call mindful drinking, which is just part of this shift that is happening, this lifestyle shift around conscious consumption. And that is really just about control and intention. And in terms of socialization, it is really, again, about empowerment and choice and intention. And that's a big shift that's happening right now.
Yeah, I see it with my own friends. So we hear a lot about what Gen Z and millennials have to say. Are those groups mostly where you're seeing this shift?
You know, I want to make a distinction here because we all read a lot about Gen Z not drinking anymore. It is true that they are drinking less beer and wine, for sure. But back to this idea of control, they're embracing cocktail culture. And we're actually seeing them drinking spirits, drinking cocktails. And it goes back to you can control the pour.
Right.
You can control how much you want to put in it, what you want to put in it, even the garnish.
Yeah. So we're talking about control. We're talking more about the concept of empowerment and choice.
Yes.
Becoming pivotal in consumer behavior. How is Diageo embracing this?
Yeah, we're embracing it fully. I think we like to say that we meet the consumer where they are. And so one example is a pop-up that's coming, that we're bringing all around the country. In fact, there's going to be one for happy hour for all of you here after the event, so please join us. But Cheers to Choice is really about the idea back to control. You can have a full alcoholic spirit, maybe a mid, which is actually my favorite right now. I love a margarita that's half tequila and half non-alcoholic tequila, or a non-alc. You can choose. And what's really fun about it is as the consumers are talking to the bartender, the mixologist about these various choices, it's such an opportunity for learning and education, and it gives them, the consumer, control.
Right. So what does all of this mean for the spirits industry and for companies like yours? Is the future all non-alc?
Well, we absolutely embrace the opportunity around non-alc. In fact, Diageo is the largest non-alc company in the world. But I think it's important to make the distinction here. It's not or, it's and. I think about myself. I may have had an oat milk latte this morning, but maybe I'll have that, scoop of ice cream after dinner. So, what we are doing is really focusing on giving consumers that choice, giving them that empowerment, and ensuring that our portfolio offers the full range of choices to consumers.
And so when you say and, meaning that people can choose from, they can have something from every category, potentially.
Absolutely. In fact, there's this really interesting stat that 94% of consumers that buy non-alcoholic spirits also buy alcoholic spirits. So again, important to note that it's not an or, it's an and.
Yeah.
And in fact, I want to tell you about this phrase that has been going around. Has anyone heard of zebra striping? So zebra striping is the idea of you start with your alcoholic drink. Bartenders tell us about it all the time. Maybe you have one or two, and then you switch to that non-alc. And then you go back to alc. And this idea of mixing is called zebra striping, and it's a huge trend across the world.
Does it help you do anything, or is it just...
Maybe you're less intoxicated by the end of the night.
Makes sense. Okay. Well, Sally and everyone here, we want to invite you to join us later on, as Sally said, at the Choice Bar reception.
Please do.
Occurring after this festival forum. Thank you.
Thank you.